Everyone, how are you today? Now, in DPWH Blue Book, we are going to discuss about the materials details under item 706 until item 710. So, why we need to study about this item? For us to know the effective standards when we do our projects. So, anyway, I am Aldivir P. Britannia and I am your reporter number 37. So, let us start. So these are the items that to be discussed now. So part 1, materials details. So in item 706 talks about the concrete, clay, plastic and fiber pipes. Also item 707 talks about the material pipe. And item 708 chemical admixtures for concrete. And then item 709 talks about the paints, and lastly item 710 about the reinforcement steel and wire. In item 706 about concrete, clay, plastic and fiber pipes, so sub-item 706.1 about the non-reinforcement concrete pipe. So according to this book, that this pipe shall conform to the requirements of H2M 86 for the specified diameter and strength classes. So when we do our plumbing, so make sure that we conform to the H2M 86 for us to know the standards or effective diameters and strength of classes. So sub-item 706.2 reinforcement concrete pipe. So according to this book, this pipe shall conform to these requirements. So I'm not going to read all of this. So what I did is I just underline the required standards. So H2M 170 or H2M 244, also H2M 207 and H2M 206, and lastly the reinforcement concrete D-load pipes. So when we are going to use the D-load pipes, we shall meet the requirements of H2M 242. So anyway, I'm going to give you the reference so that if you do more research about this one, so you have this information. So under 706.3 about the perforated concrete pipes, so according to the book, these pipes shall conform to the requirements of the H2M 175 for the specified diameter and strength of classes. So perforated pipes, so example for that is those pipes that have holes in the sides of the pipe. And then under sub-item 706.4 talks about the drain tiles. So these pipes shall conform the requirements of H2M 178 or M179 for the specified materials, diameters, and quality classes. So about plumbing. So sub-item 706.5 porous concrete pipes. So these pipes shall conform to the requirements of H2M 176 for the specified diameter. So next one is 706.6. So vitrified clay lined reinforcement concrete pipe. So these designs for fully lined or half lined pipes of the specified strength classes shall be submitted to manufacturer for approval. So the application required of H2M 170 and H2M 65 shall govern. Linear elements shall be clay of first quality, sound, thoroughly and perfectly borne without warps, cracks or other imperfections, and fully and smoothly salt glaze. Next one is 706.7. So perforated vertebrate clay pipes. So according to the book, states that these pipes shall conform to the requirements of H2M 65 for pipe will full circular cross section for the specified diameters and strength class. So when specified, the bell shall have integral spacer lugs to provide for annular opening and self-centered feature. Next one is sub-item 706.8 So vitrified clay pipe. So according to the book, it states that this pipe shall conform the requirements of section 706.7 for the specified diameter and strength classes for circular, unperforated or perforated pipe as shown in their plan. The next one is item 706.9, Cradle inverted clay pipe. So in this pipe shall conform to the applicable requirements of ASH2M65. Next one is 706.10, Asbestos cement pipe. So this pipe shall conform to the requirements of ASH2M217 for the specified diameter and strength classes. The next is 706.11, Perforated asbestos cement pipe. So states that this pipe shall conform to requirements of AH2M 189 for the specified diameters. Then next is sub-item 706.12, so bituminous fiber pipe. So states that this pipe shall conform to requirements of AH2M 177 or ESTM D 1861 or D 1862. And also 706.13 talks about the perforated bituminous fiber pipe. States that this pipe shall conform to the requirements of the section 706.12 for the specified diameters unless otherwise specified, either type 1 or type 2 couplings may be furnished. So next one is the 706.14 about the reinforcement concrete arc culvert, storm drainage, and sewer pipe. So states that this pipe shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 206. Also, sub-item 706.15, reinforcement concrete elliptical culvert, storm drainage, and sewer pipe. So this pipe shall conform to requirements of AH2M 207. Also, in sub-item 706.16, the reinforcement concrete or deload culvert, storm drainage, and sewer pipe. So states that this pipe shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 242 or ESTMC 655. Sub-item 706.17, plastic and polyethylene corrugated drainage pipe or tubing. This pipe shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 252. And then now the next item talks about the metal pipe under item 707. So 707.1 talks about the cast iron pipe. States that this pipe shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 64 or ASTM A716 to specify diameter and strength classes unless otherwise specified. Either smooth, corrugated, or rib pipe must be furnished. Pipe of the diameter in excess of 1.2 meter or 48 inches shall conform to ENSI standard for cast iron pit cast pipe for specified diameter and strength classes. Sub-item 707.2.1, reverted pipe and pipe arches. So the conjoint shall conform to requirements of H2M 36 and M218. So for the specified dimension and thickness, so for us to be able to know the standard thickness, dimensions, so we refer to or conform to H2M 36 and M218. And the next sub-item 707.2.2 so talks about the welded pipe and pipe arches. So corrugated steel pipe and pipe arches fabricated by resistance spot welding shall conform with the applicable requirements of H2M 36 and M218. So in this item, to be able for us to know and the the repair that we're going to do. So the next sub-item is 707.2.3 helical pipe. So unperforated helical corrugated pipes shall conform to the size shown in the plans and with the applicable requirements of H2M 36 and M28. So to be able for us to know the standards and conform the H2M 36 and M218. Sub-item 707.2.3 helical pipe. So states that unperforated helical corrugated pipes shall conform to the size shown on the plans and with the applicable requirements of AH2M 36 and M218. So when we do our plumbing, so we need to do reading or explore more about pipes. So we do our reading in AH2M 36 and M218. So sub-item 707.4 about corrugated iron and steel pipe for under drains. So states that these pipes shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 36 and M218 for the specified diameter and types. So in this item, we'll be able to know the different types of pipes. And galvanized metal parts circle pipe may be used if permitted by the special provision and shown in the bid schedule. The next item is 707.6 about corrugated aluminum alloy culvert pipe. These shall conform the requirements of R2M 196 and M197. Sub-item 707.7 corrugated aluminum alloy pipe for under drains. These pipes will conform to the requirements of section 707.6. Also in sub-item 707.8 talks about the bituminous coated corrugated aluminum alloy culvert pipe. These pipes shall conform to the requirements of section 707.6 and shall be coated with bituminous material conforming to the requirements of R2M 190. Coating and invert paving shall be of the type specified. The next one is 707.9. So bituminous coated corrugated aluminum alloy pipe under drain. So states that this pipe shall conform the requirements of section 707.6 and shall be coated with the bituminous material conforming to the requirements of H2M 190 type of coating as specified. The next sub-item is 707.10. Talks about the structural plate for pipe arches and arcs. So this conjoint and bolts and nuts for connecting plates shall conform to the requirements of H2M 167. Next is 707.11. So full bituminous coated structure plate pipe arches and arcs. So this conjoint shall conform to the requirements of section 707.10 and shall be coated with bituminous material conforming to the requirements of H2M 243 type coating as specified. The next one is under item 707.12 aluminum alloy structural plate for pipe arches and arches. This conjoint and the bolt and nuts for connecting plates shall conform to the H2. So now we're going to talk about the chemical admixture for concrete. So item 708. So sub-item 708.1. So this item specified for the classification, sampling, testing, parking of concrete admixtures. It also specified the physical requirements for the concrete with each type of chemical admixture. So admixtures. So a material other than water, aggregates, and hydraulic cement, including blended cement that is used as an ingredient of concrete, as in added to the batch in controlled amounts immediately before or during mixing to produce some desired modification to the properties of the concrete. In sub-item 708.2, types of chemical admixture for concrete. The concrete chemical admixture shall be classified as follows and shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 194. So, they have different types from A to G. So first, type A, accelerating admixture, an admixture that accelerates the time of settling and early strength develop of concrete. So this type of concrete is make the materials harden very fast. So next one is type B, so retarding admixture, an admixture that delays the time of the setting of concrete. So this type of chemical admixtures used if the site and the mixing plant is too far. So what they did is they used the retarding admixture so that the concrete will not easily harden. So in type C, so about water reducing admixture, an admixture that reduces the quality of mixing water required to reduce concrete of the given consistency. The next is type D, water reducing high range admixture, as admixture that increase the quality of mixing water required to produce concrete of a given consistency by 12% of or greater. So type E, so water reducing and accelerating admixture produce concrete of a given consistency and hasten the time of settling and early strength develop of concrete. So type F, so states that water reducing and retarding admixture, an admixture that decreases the quality of mixing water required to produce concrete of a given consistency and delays the time of setting of concrete. So type G, water reducing high range and retarding admixture, an admixture that decreases the quality of mixing water required to produce concrete of a given consistency of 12% or greater and delays the time of setting of concrete. The next sub-item is 708.3, talks about the air entraining admixtures. So air entraining admixtures shall conform to the requirements of AH2M154 or ASTM C260. Also in sub-item 708.5 about sampling. So 708.5.1, the chemical admixture for concrete shall be sampled either by grab or composite sampling. So a grab sampling is one obtaining in the single operations. A composite sample is one obtaining by combining 3 or more grab samples. Under sub-item 708.5.2 about liquid admixtures. So 708.5.2.1, the grab samples taken from quality test shall represent a unit shipment or a single producing lot. Each grab sample shall have a volume of at least 0.5 liters or 1 pint. A minimum of 3 grab samples shall be taken. Next is 708.5.2.2, states that liquid admixture shall be agitated thoroughly immediately prior to sampling. So grab samples shall be taken from different locations and thoroughly mixed to form a composite sample, and the resulting mixture shall sample to provide for at least 4 liters for complete set. The next is admixture in book storage tanks shall be sampled equally from the upper, intermediate, and lower level by means of drain cocks in the sides of the tanks or a weight sampling bottle fitted with a stopper that can be removed after the bottle is lowered to the proper depth. So 708.5.3, so non-liquid admixture. So 708.5.3.1, so the grab samples taken shall represent not more than 2 milligram, so 2 tons of admixture, and shall have a mass of at least 1 kilogram or 2 pounds. So a minimum of 4 gram samples shall be taken. So sub-item 708.5.3.2 so states that composite samples shall be prepared by thoroughly mixing the grab samples selected and resulting mixture sample to provide at least 2.3 kilogram or 5 pounds for complete test. Next is sub-item 708.6 about testing. So producing for proportioning of concrete mixtures, test and properties of freshly mixed concrete, preparation of test specimens. Test specimens of hardening concrete and test on hardening concrete shall be in accordance with AS2M 194. The concrete containing the admixture shall be tested in accordance with ASTM C39, ASTM C138, and so on. Also, item 708.7 about packing. So the liquid admixture shall be packed in the 420 or 200 liters containers made of steel, plastic, or other suitable packing materials. So this container shall be properly sealed. The non-liquid admixture or concrete shall be packed in 25 kilogram containers made of steel, plastic, or other suitable packing materials. These containers shall be properly sealed. The next one is about marking. So in item 708.8, so each container shall be marked with the following information: so the name, information, type of the product, net mass or volume, so name and address of manufacturer and recognized trademark if any, manufacturer batch number and date of manufacture, so made in the Philippines, and required handling procedure. So these are the things that to be able to see the markings in our container. So the next one is item 709 about paints. So sub item 709.1 states that this item covers all the paint materials including vehicles, pigment, pastes, dryers, thinners, mixed paint for steel and wooden structures. So sub item 709.2 talks about the material requirements. So sub item 709.2.1, paint except aluminum paint shall consist of pigment of the requirements, fineness, and composition ground to the desired consistency in linseed oil in the suitable grinding machine, to which shall be added additional oil, thinner and dry as required. So aluminum paint shall consist of aluminum bronze powder or paste of the required thickness and composition, to which shall be added the specified amount of vehicle. The paint shall be furnished for use in ready mix, so paste or powder form. Also, all paint shall meet the following general requirements. So A. The paint shall show no excessive settling and shall easily be redisposed with a paddle to a smooth, homogeneous state. So the paint shall show number 402 curdling, leveling, cracking, or color separation, and shall be free from lumps and skins. And B. The paint as received shall brush easily, possess good leveling properties, and shall show no running or sagging when applied to the smooth vertical surface. Also, the paint shall dry to a smooth, uniform finish free from roughness, grit, so unevenness, and other imperfections. So, and then the paint shall not skin within 48 hours in 3/4 filled closed container. So, lastly, the paint shall show no thickening, curdling, gelling, or hard cracking after 6 months storage in full, tightly covered container at the temperature of 210 degrees Celsius or 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So, now, sub-item 709.2.4 about dryer. So, this specification cover both strength oil dryer materials free from resins and gums. So and Japan dryer material containing varnish gums. The dryer shall be composed of lead, manganese, or cobalt, or a mixture of any of these elements combined with a suitable fat oil, with or without resin or of gums and mineral spirits of turpentine, or a mixture of this solvent. So the next is the dryer shall conform to the following requirements. So number 1 is appearance, so free from segment and suspended materials. So that must be our first impression, no? And then B, flash points, so tag close cap not less than 300 degrees Celsius or 860 degrees Fahrenheit. So C, elasticity, so dryer when flowed on metal and baked for 2 hours at 1000 degrees Celsius shall have an elastic film. The next is drying, so it shall mix with pure raw linseed oil in the proportion of 1 volume of dryer to 19 volume of oil without curdling, and the resulting mixture when flowed on glass shall dry in not more than 18 hours. So and the color, so when mixed with pure raw linseed oil in the proportion of 1 volume of dried in to 8 volume of oil, the resulting mixture shall be darkened than a solution of 6 grams of potassium. So dichromate in 18 cc of pure sulfuric acid. SPGR 1. Specific gravity rather, so 1.84. So next sub-item 709.3 about proportion of mixture. In this intent of consistency, which will not run, streak or sag, and which will have satisfactory drying qualities. Sub-item 709.3.2, so about aluminum paint, filled coats on creosoted timber. So this paint shall be mixed as specified for the aluminum paint for structural steel, except that the proportion shall be 0.272 kilogram of aluminum powder or paste per liter of vehicle. Other paint composition may be used when and as stipulated in the special provision. Sub-item 709.4 about the containers and markings. So all paints shall be shipped in strong, substantial containers plainly marked with mass, color, and volume in the liter of the paint content. So a true statement of the percentage composition of the pigment, the proportion of this pigment to vehicle, the name and the address of the manufacturers, and the stencil of the authorized inspecting agency. So any package or container not so marked will not be accepted for use under these specifications. So we need to have markings in all the containers that we're going to use. So the next is item 710. So this the last part of my topic. So reinforcing steel and wire rope. So sub-item 710.1 about the reinforcement steel. So reinforcement steel shall conform to these requirements of the following specifications. So deformed belay steel bar for concrete reinforcements. So we conform the AH2M 31 or ESTM A615. Also conform deformed steel wire for concrete reinforcement. So AH2M 227. So I will not read all of this because if you want to explore more about these topics, so I have the reference under. So sub-item 710.2 wire rope or wire cable. So the wire rope or wire cable shall conform to the requirements of AH2M 30 for the specified diameter and strength classes. So for us to know the standards of the wire that we are going to use in our project. So we do reading about the H2M30. So these are the item 710.3, talks about the pre-stressing reinforcement steel. So pre-stressing reinforcement steel shall conform to the requirements of the following specifications. So high tensile wire, so conform to the H2M 204. So high tensile wire strand or rope, so H2M 203. So high tensile alloy bar as follows. So high tensile strength alloy bars shall be cold stretched to an aluminum to a minimum of 895.7 or megapixel or 3000 psi. So the resultant physical properties shall be as follows. So the minimum ultimate tensile strength, so 1000 megapixel, no, rather 1000 megapascal or 145 psi, followed by the stress relieving. So minimum yield strength measured by the 0.7% extension under load method shall not be less than 895.7 megapascal or 130,000 psi. So in item 710.2, wire rope or wire cable, so the wire rope or wire cable shall conform to the H2M. So minimum modulus of elasticity is 25 million and minimum elongation in 20 bar diameters after rupture is 4%. So diameter tolerance is plus 0.762 mm minus 0.254 mm if shown on the plans. Type 270K strand and shall be used conforming to the H2M 203. So if shown on the plan, type 270K strand shall be used conform H2M 203. So thank you guys for listening, and these are my reference. So if you want to explore more and do the reading, so just Google this link. So thank you, and that's all.